I think it's important that we recognize how valuable it is to have visions and not goals. And when I say that, I really mean in the context that we should just be existing more in the present than in the future. Because oftentimes the goals that we have are things that we look at in the context of the future rather than in the present moment. We say, oh, in 6 months, I want to accomplish this. In 2 years, I want to accomplish this. In 20 years, I want to have this. When in reality, if we wait for tomorrow, tomorrow will never come. It's important to recognize that all that we have is the present moment, and all that we will ever have is the present moment. Because the past doesn't exist anymore and the future doesn't exist yet. So rather than trying to substantiate what we want in a context of the future, we should be looking at it in a context of the present. If I could have everything that I want right now, what would my life look like? Not, oh, when I'm this age or when this time comes, but rather today, what do I want today? And that doesn't mean in the context of instant gratification, in the sense that, oh, well, what do I, necessarily feel like having today? What are the things that, if I allow myself to indulge in my own urges, what would I want? But rather in the context of what would the best today, if you could have anything, what would that look like? And that's what I mean when I say we should have visions and not goals. Because visions are something that you look at in the present moment, while goals are something that you look at within the future. But like I said, if you're waiting for the future, future will never come. So it's about recognizing what you want today, what you want to substantiate right here and right now, not necessarily in 2 years, but rather literally right now. If you could, or if a genie came to you and said you could have anything that you want right now, unlimited wishes, what would your life look like? And it's about substantiating that thought and substantiating that image within your mind rather than the image of something 6 months from now. Because we don't want something 6 months from now, we want it today. And when I say that, I mean in the sense that we don't, like I said, if you're waiting for tomorrow, tomorrow will never come. But today is always here. Even tomorrow, today will be today. And it's about recognizing that, and it's about recognizing that you should substantiate whatever you want within the present moment, not necessarily within a future moment. And I think part of it is also recognizing that what we want may change over time, and that's okay as well. Just because you want something today doesn't mean that you'll want it tomorrow. So why don't we substantiate what we want today? And that doesn't mean to not be consistent or not to work towards things, but rather it's allowing yourself to work towards something that you've already given yourself internally. Because you can't control anything outside of you. So really, I just mean this to say that we should focus more on this today. We should focus more on the right now, especially when it comes to making visions and trying to imagine what we want. We shouldn't always look at it in a context of when I'm this age or when this time comes, but rather we should look at it in a context of today, right here, right now. Or at least in a shorter term future, if that makes sense. In that if I was living my ideal self and if I was living as my ideal self and I was living my ideal life, what would tomorrow look like? If I could have anything that I wanted tomorrow, if everything that I ever wanted was mine tomorrow, what would tomorrow look like? Rather than trying to imagine it in a context of 6 months from now or a year from now. And I think that if we allow ourselves to emotionally experience that ideal, then we allow ourselves to almost substantiate that within the external world, even though we're only focusing on ourselves internally. And I just think it's important that we recognize that the present moment is all that we have. And that every moment is an opportunity for change. Every day is a new day. And that you could have anything that you want right now. You don't need to wait 6 months. You don't need to wait 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. You could have it right now. And it's about recognizing that. And it's almost about existing within the peace of that understanding. Existing within the peace of recognizing that you could have anything that you want right now. Right here today. So the Bible verse I have for this video is taken from Psalms 118, verse 24. And it says, "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." So let us rejoice and be glad in the day the Lord has made, which is today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. So I hope you took something from this video, and thank you for watching.